Lawyer, we're just a couple minutes away, and we'll go down to our announcer, Bill Anthony, for tonight's starting lineups.
I like this downtime over here.
On behalf of the Manitoba High Schools Athletic Association and the Manitoba Milk Producers Marketing Board, welcome to the 1992 4A Provincial Varsity Girls Basketball Championship Final. This year's final features an all-Cloverleaf Conference matchup. The number 1 ranked Glenlawn Lions will meet the number 3 rated Dakota Lancers. The Cloverleaf Conference always sends a strong representative to these championships. This year's final will mark the 6th straight year that a Cloverleaf team will win the provincial girls title. The visiting team on the scoreboard, the Dakota Lancers. They have a season record of 27 wins against 7 losses, losing in league play only to Glenlawn. They have 3 tournament victories to their credit. After winning the Provincials in 1990 and in 1991, Coach Falk and the Lancers have their eyes set on taking the provincial crown for the 3rd straight year. To advance to this final, they defeated Daniel McIntyre 95-65, and on Thursday night upset number 2 seed Brandon Vincent Massey 72-42. Now let's meet the twice defending provincial champions, the Dakota Lancers. Number 5, Tara Scott. Number 14, Angie Mouflier. Number 30, Jeneth Rebeck. Number 23, Christine Sissick. Number 33, Jillian Krimble. The starting lineup will meet shortly. The home team on the scoreboard will be the Glenlawn Lions, with a record of 28 wins and 1 loss, and 6 tournament championships. It's no wonder they've been ranked number 1 in the province since the start of the season. But remember, their only loss came at the hands of the Dakota Lancers. Coach Brian Kornberger has guided his Lions to the provincial Final Four 4 of 5 years, winning last in 1989. To advance to this year's final, Glenlawn had to get past 2 of the top city teams, St. John's and Kelvin. Now let's meet the Cloverleaf Conference champions, the Glenlawn Lions. Number 13, Janice Moore. Number 15, Marnie Netradou. Number 25, Jennifer Smith. Number 32, Arlene Prstinsky. Number 33, Cheryl Little. Number 55, Jennifer Gordon. And now for the starting matchups. From Dakota, a guard, 5'8", number 4, Katie Jadozek. And from Glenlawn, also playing guard, 5'6", number 10, Lizanne Gaudreau. From Dakota, 5'7", guard, number 11, Amanda Edmonds. From Glenlawn, 5'5", guard, number 11, Andrea O'Connor. At 5'10", playing forward for Dakota, number 12, Kyla Koski. From Glenlawn, 5'7", forward, number 12, Shannon Cameron. From Dakota, 5'10", forward, number 3, Janet Anderson. For Glenlawn, 5'10", forward, number 23, Andrea Pales. For Dakota, standing 6'1", number 44, the post, Sarah Butcher. And Glenlawn's 5'10", center, number 44, Lori Paskalevich.
Lori's a showboat.
Dakota's coaches are Merv Roller, Carl Owen, and head coach Peter Falk. For Glenlawn, the coaching staff includes John Polter, Diane Zunick, Jody Rock, and head coach Brian Kornberger. The officials this evening, Mr. Phil Sam and Mr. Dave Grabinski.
Well, Laurie, last year in this provincial final, we had some excellent officiating, and once again, we got our same officials back and expect more of the same.
Oh, definitely. As was mentioned by our PA announcer, Mr. Bill Anthony, these two officials were involved in the final game last year. Their work thus far here at the Duckworth Center in the semifinals has been exceptional, and they're going to do the best thing possible, and that's not be noticed.
Well, we're set to go. The Glenlawn Lions will move from right to left on your screen. The Dakota Lancers from left to right. Glenlawn in the white uniforms, Dakota in the black uniforms, and the opening tip-off. Glenlawn gains control. What's Glenlawn going to try to do setting up early here, Lloyd?
Well, I'm pretty sure that what we're going to do if we're Glenlawn, we've got some ball movement. Beware of Gaudreau from the outside. They're going to try and move the ball, maybe go at Prosperity, but there's a great steal by Amanda Edmonds.
Amanda Edmonds on the steal and off the glass for the easy 2 points.
Here comes some more of that full court that we saw from Dakota in the semifinals. Did a real job on Brandon Vincent Massey.
A box and one being set up right now by Dakota on defense.
Well, that's what we've got going right now. A lot of work right here. Janet Anderson on Gaudreau. Gaudreau takes it baseline.
Edmonds comes down with the boards.
Good start by Dakota thus far.
Number 4, Katie Godozic. Let's get the ball back. Edmonds, who picked up the first 2 points. Try to move that ball inside. It's knocked out once again. Edmonds goes outside to Anderson. Anderson off the front iron, but Sarah Butcher's right there. Butcher goes up and she's fouled in the play. Shannon Cameron will pick up her first personal foul.
What Shannon's going to have to do is make sure that she blocks out Sarah there on the weak side. Janet Anderson down on the baseline for Dakota is deadly.
I'm surprised at the defense that both teams are playing. It's a mixture of a zone and man-to-man. I picked it up at both ends. You see the same thing, Roy?
Well, that's definitely, it's a good change for the play thus far. What we've had earlier in the year is a 2-3 zone being relied on most of the time, and now what we've got here at tournament time is the kids are really starting to play.
Sarah Butcher successful on one of those 2 free throws. The ball's being batted around, and Andrea Pales looks down court, and all by herself, Lisanne Gaudreau puts on the break, but then she took a little bit of time in the key, and too much.
Well, Lisanne, I think, was going to hold that ball, try and get Amanda Edmonds in the air, and get a foul, try for the 3-point play. What she's got to do is just take the ball, put it in the hole.
Edmonds and O'Connor, a pair of number 11s, will be a good matchup on the floor. Anderson looks down low and just out of reach of Koski, and turnover.
Coach Falk's got to be happy though, Blair. Dakota started really well here.
Dakota up 3-0 here. We've played about a minute and a half in this first quarter. Provincial 4A Girls Championship Final, and you're watching it live on BPW Channel 11 Sports. A foul on number 11, Amanda Edmonds.
What Amanda has to understand here, she's not out there to steal the ball. What she's out there to do, of course, is to control, especially with her speed. She's got to use it. She's got to stay down. She's just got to try and control and try and make sure to make that pass, fill the lane, make it as hard as possible.
Glenlawn has yet to score here in the opening 2 minutes of play. Setting up now off their offense. Ball's deflected away, and a good job of defense there by Edmonds. She's getting into that position and cutting off those passing lanes, Larry.
Well, that's what we say that Amanda has to do. She did an excellent job there. Last time, a little bit over-aggressive. I mean, we got a lot of adrenaline pumping here, and a bit of a soft foul.
Glenlawn right now moving the ball on the outside. Good pressure defense. Open on the far side. Gaudreau for 2.
That's good pressure on the ball by Dakota, but what they've got to do is be aware of that skip pass, because once Lisanne gets started, as we saw in the semifinal game here, she can really hurt teams.
Butcher's open. She drives baseline, goes up tough. Hales comes down with that board.
Once we get that ball inside to Sarah, she has got to square up a little bit more, go up a lot stronger. She's still floating in there.
Edmonds looking for the steal. Get the ball down low. Ball's knocked around, and Dakota comes away with a turnover. Quickly, Janet Anderson comes back for the Lancers, and she loses control, gets it back, finds an opening, and drives in, and she'll be called for the charge.
It's good defense by Gaudreau that time, not trying to steal the ball, just simply sealed off the lane to Janet. Janet had to pick up the offensive charge.
Janet Anderson's first personal foul, her team's second of this half.
Stepping on the court for it.
Cheryl Little comes into the game for the Glenlawn Lions. She'll replace number 11, Andrea O'Connor. Once again, Edmonds getting a hand on that ball.
It's a good job by Amanda. That's a good substitution right there by Coach Kornberger. He's going to have Lisanne Gaudreau bring the ball up and give O'Connor a bit of a rest, because she, of course, got to work hard against Amanda Edmonds.
Number 23, Andrea Pales. Dishes the ball back out. Three-point opportunity from Gaudreau. And she hits it.
Well, just as we mentioned earlier in the game, you got to stay with the money. And in this case right now, the money is Lisanne Gaudreau. She has just been super in the last few basketball games. We cannot leave her open.
A 5-3 Glenlawn lead. There's another foul. Foul will go on number 12, Shannon Cameron. Her second personal foul, the team's second of this half.
We can understand what Dakota's trying to do in terms of taking the inside away from Andrea Pales, but right now it's Lisanne, or as I mentioned over the last few games, who's hot, and I think she's the one that they should be a little bit more concerned with.
Amanda Edmonds coming up short, and once again Dakota putting that pressure, and they throw the ball away. There's a foul. That foul will be picked up on number 10, Lisanne Gaudreau. That'll be her first personal, the team's third of this half.
Once again, good pressure by Dakota. They just simply have to keep this up.
First team's third. Stepping on the court for Glenlawn is number 13, Janice Moore.
Janice Moore coming in the game for the Lions, so the Lions are making early substitutions here, and they got probably a little bit more depth, Laurie, than Dakota.
Well, they have a little bit more depth than Dakota has, and I think it's a good job by Coach Kornberger to get 8 or 9 of his players into the game as early as he can.
Edmonds goes up, and Little is there with a block.
It's a great job by Cheryl out of Sam Berlin Junior High School.
Very quickly now with a 2-point lead, Glenlawn attacks the basket. Moore from the outside for 2 points.
Lisanne Gaudreau a little fortunate there. All Sarah Butcher had to do was to simply hold her ground a little bit longer, and we would have had Lisanne's second foul. She would have picked up a charge.
5 minutes, 45 seconds remain in this first quarter. 7-3, we have a 4-point lead for the number 1 ranked Glenlawn Lions, but Dakota has possession.
What Dakota has to do is get a little bit set, a little bit more patience here on offense.
Go back outside to Anderson. She steps inside the paint, fires that one. We got a jump ball situation, the arrow in favor of Dakota, so they will remain in possession of the basketball. Number 55, Jennifer Gordon coming into the game. So once again, Glenlawn goes back to their bench.
Well, right now, Coach Kornberger only has 2 of his starters out there.
Jillian Krimble with a shot, falls her own rebound in, then dishes it back outside. Glenlawn forcing Dakota to play on the outside. They like to get that ball inside to Butcher. Edmonds moves in just to fire that one up, and Pales pulls it down.
Well, once again, we've got to get some better ball movement here from Dakota. They've got to relax and show a little bit more patience at the offensive end. The defensive end, they're working real hard, though.
4-point lead for the Glenlawn Lions. Glenlawn in the white uniform, Dakota in the dark uniform on your screen. Glenlawn in possession. Just the ball back out. Gaudreau looks inside the Pales, and it's knocked away. Anderson picks it up.
It's a good look by Lisanne, but right now, you're the one who's got the hot hand. You got to fire that ball.
They get the ball this time inside the Butcher. She steps from 8 feet away, off the front iron.
Once again, Dakota coming up a little bit short. They're rushing things on offense. Got to show a little bit more patience.
The 23, Pales takes the ball, moves down inside, and loses control again, and Evans just able to pick up the loose ball for the Lancers.
That's good hustle by Jillian Krimble. What Andrea has to do, once she beats that first trap player, she's got to move the basketball.
Anderson now moves down to left-hand side, takes the ball back out. Edmonds open at the top.
What Dakota's got to do here, Blair, is they got to move the ball. They got to get it inside right there to Butcher. Good job.
Nice pass inside, Sarah Butcher for 2.
If we're Dakota, what we want to do is we want to swing that ball off the baseline, look at Butcher in the middle cut, or the other thing that we want to do is bring that ball all the way around, getting Janet Anderson on the baseline.
Gaudreau loses possession, but we're going to have a foul. That foul will go on number 33, That's Jillian Trimble, her first personal foul, the team's third of this half.
Well, good quick hands there by Jillian. Unfortunately, she got caught. Referee Grabinski's not going to miss that.
Jennifer Reback comes in and she'll replace number 11, Amanda Edmonds. Number 30, Reback just walked out of our screen. Glenlawn in possession of a 2-point lead. 3 minutes and 40 seconds remain in this opening quarter of the provincial final 4A championship final. Andrea Pales from 3-point range, thinks twice about putting that up. Tries to go inside the little, and it goes off her hand, out of bounds.
That's a good pass by Andrea. Unfortunately, just a little bit too strong for Sarah Little. Once Andrea gets at the top, she's very deadly, because what we have to do is, for Dakota, we got to watch her shooting ability. The other thing, she reads very well and can pass the ball very well.
Look inside, and the ball is deflected off the hands of Jennifer Gordon. Dakota once again will have a chance to tie this game up.
That time Janet a little bit too deep with the pass. Even if that was caught, there wasn't too much Sarah was going to do with that ball.
Shannon Cameron has come back into the game for the Lions. Reback now at the top, looks inside. Butcher with that turnaround jumper, rims, pops back out.
Good job once again by Dakota, trying to get the ball inside against that zone of Glenlawn's.
Look inside. Cameron now, number 12, being double teamed. This is off to Gordon. Gordon from the outside. Ball pops back out. We've heard a few times during university play, these rims are very tight, so if it doesn't go right in, it's not going to go down.
That's one of the things that's so definite about this particular venue, is that the rims have always been tight here ever since the Duckworth Center's been up.
Missed opportunity, another turnover as the Lancers lose possession. The ball comes outside. A 3-point shot from number 12, Shannon Cameron.
Well, that's a little added weapon there. Shannon definitely can shoot the ball, but over the last little while, as we say, it's been Gaudreau's been putting it up. That's got to make Coach Kornberger feel pretty good.
Loose ball, and Glenlawn's able to come away with it.
Good hustle right there by Shannon Cameron.
10-5, Lions leads with 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Reback on top of Pales. Right now they go for the steal. Ball back out high. Wediak now comes into the game. Pass goes baseline, little short jumper. That's long from Cameron, looking for the rebound. The foul will go on number 12, Kyla Koski. Her first personal foul, the team's fourth of this half.
That's real good patience by the Glenlawn Lions. Moving the ball around very well. Every time that Coach Kornberger asks for his high set, the girls respond, and then what they're doing is they're looking for something low on the baseline. They're doing excellent.
At the line for for the Lions, number 55, Jennifer Gordon.
One thing, Blair, is we saw Dakota get out to a great start, but since then, they've been caught in first gear and they just haven't been able to get out. What they think is happening here is they're starting to worry a little bit too much about the offensive end. What they've got to do is just settle down and move the ball.
Jennifer Gordon hits both her free throws to make it a 7-point Lancer lead, and Cheryl Little with the deflection.
That's Cheryl Little's second block shot of the quarter. She's playing great right now.
Basically, Glenlawn has a new platoon of 5 into the game, so they can get 10, 11 players off that bench, and that should hold well for them. Cameron tries to put the shot, and here comes Edmonds and Trimble, 2-on-1. Edmonds dishes it off to Trimble, easy shot for 2 points.
Well, that's good for Dakota. They needed to score. They've been working so hard at the defensive end that, unfortunately, things just haven't dropped for them down at the offensive end.
Another foul, and that foul will go on number 33. That's Jillian Trimble. That will be her second personal foul, the team's 5th of this half.
That's unfortunate for Jillian. They had the trap there. There's no need for her to reach, and I don't think that Coach Falk's going to be too happy with that one.
Well, if the noise picks up a little here, Laurie, the Dakota Lancer student body has moved in beside us.
Well, as you mentioned, they're here and in mass, and they're most of them over there, as we can see, a large contingent anyway, are the varsity boys basketball team. So once Dakota puts one down here, I'm pretty sure we're going to really pick up in intensity.
And another foul down low, and this time it's going to go against the Glenlawn Lions. That'll be number 10, Lisanne Gaudreau, with her second personal foul.
Bizan with a quick 2 here. 44 seconds left here in the first quarter. What we've got to do if we're Dakota is just simply relax. Let's move the ball and get a good one. Let's try and finish the quarter to score at 12-9. There's not going to be any problem.
40 seconds remain here in the opening quarter. A 5-point lead. Dakota would like now to cut that down to 3 if they can. Sarah Butcher, 44, drives inside. And a great shot again, but that's that rim we talked about in and popped right back out, Laurie.
Well, that's the third shot of Sarah's that is, just hasn't gone down for her. 20 seconds left on the clock. I'm pretty sure that Coach Kornberg is going to go for one shot here.
Janice Moore, 13, loses possession. Trimble able to take away the turnover. And very quickly now with 10 seconds remaining, the Lancers come back up court to set up one shot. Butcher from 3 points, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 3, Laurie.
Well, she's outside that 3-point line. Should be going to the line to shoot 3. I was really surprised that Sarah put that up. She had Janet Anderson open on the baseline, but she was aware of the time that was left there on the clock. She put it up. She should be going to the line to shoot 3.
Coach Kornberger from Glenlawn not happy about the fact that foul took place with 5 seconds remaining. And at the line, Sarah Butcher with an opportunity to score 3, but she misses the first one.
Well, right now Sarah's a little bit tight, as most of the Dakota girls are at the offensive end. I'm pretty sure that Coach Falk in their pregame talked a lot about what they were going to have to do to stop that explosive power of the Glenlawn Lions, and they've been fairly successful down in the defensive end.
2 of 3 from Butcher to cut this lead down to 3 points. Just a couple seconds remaining. Right away, and they're going to call for a double dribble with 1 second remaining in the first quarter.
It's going to be interesting. It should be in the front court where they're putting it. They're going to go to Janet Anderson here off this one. Janet Anderson or Trimble. Oh, we're going to get a foul here. It's going to be on
number 23.
Oh, it's going to be Andrea Pales. It's going to be her second foul. That's a very silly foul by Andrea.
Andrea Pales picked up that blocking foul. And again, that is the 5th team foul. And that's going to put number 3, Janet Anderson, to the line.
Guys, come here.
Coach Falk getting over to talk to his troops.
Play. Okay, Sarah, you starting low. You curl over top. I want to.
Just 1 second remains on the clock at the line. Janet Anderson. Successful in the first free throw. Must have been.
Well, what happens, they call that foul intentional. So what
foul?
we have is Dakota's going to get a free 2 here. Janet, unfortunately, doesn't make either of them, but now they're going to inbound the ball as well. The ball is going to go back to where it originally was. Dakota had an excellent chance here with the 3-pointer that was Andrea fouled on, and then this intentional foul here that could have potentially been a 7-point play for Dakota.
Still 1 second left. They can get the shot. Butcher, no, that shot will not count. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, the Glenlawn Lions lead the Dakota Lancers 12-9, but some big turnabout in that last minute of play, Laurie.
Well, you get a look on your screen right now at the score. The Lions enjoying a 3-point lead. Things a little scary there for Coach Kornberg and the Lions in the last 40 seconds. What happened is they did come up with a missed shot off of Sarah Butcher, and could have brought the ball down, settled for one shot, maybe hit it and gone up 14-7. Instead, what happened, we almost had a situation
somebody taking away the middle and coming back.
Look at listener as
somebody
Coach
taking away
Falk.
the sideline seat. Yes, if Kyla's on Pales, you can't be on Pales.
I know, but would they have 2 people back there, you have Andrea and Lizanne?
Well, then you've got Lizanne. Lizanne's up on the ball. You take her. Don't let anybody get the ball. You deny the ball, you steal the ball and throw and you score.
I know, but I'm saying having Lizanne and Andrea O'Connor and Andrea Pales back.
Well, then somebody's coming from okay, you take the other guard. Well, we want to direct the other guards to the left, all right? Let's pick that up. To the left. Want to deny cross court in the half court, on the half court defense, all right? Want to deny that. You guys are hustling. Let's start playing. Start playing, using the legs.
Right,
okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
You guys, come on.
Just good job here by Coach Falk, as we can see his team feels very confident. Down 3 points, they've done a lot of good things at the defensive end, and he just wants to start playing. Let's start using some legs. He doesn't want to pick up any silly fouls, and offensively, here we go.
Oh, we got a trivia question, Laurie, and I think somebody around here might have written one of these questions. What is the smallest school ever to win a AAA provincial championship? I know you know the answer.
We're going to give that answer now, or we're going to hold it for a little later?
Oh, we'll hold it for about 14 seconds. There's enough time here for Glenlawn to get a shot on hoop. Glenlawn in possession of a 3-point lead. They have the ball as they move it outside. Gojo from 3 off the front iron, and Butcher comes down with the board.
Once again, we've got Glenlawn going to their bread and butter. Unfortunately, Zan comes up a little bit short. Good defensive board there by Sarah Butcher.
Butcher now with possession, number 44. Back outside to Anderson. So the big girls from Dakota right now playing outside, and we got a travel called on Janet Anderson.
Janet doesn't believe so, but she did drag the pivot foot there. Get a good look at Janet Anderson, number 3 for the Dakota Lancers, who in my opinion is one of the toughest girls that plays in the high school league right now.
Moskowitz now got away with one there as she comes across that 10-second line. 12-9. Once again, the Lions lead. We've just started action here in the second quarter. All alone, number 11, that's Andrea O'Connor, and she comes up short. The ball deflects out of bounds off of Dakota.
It's a good job by Janet Anderson. Cheryl Little had inside position. Janet knew that she couldn't get the rebound, didn't want to pick up her second foul, so just swatted the ball out of play. Good job by Janet Anderson there.
Coach Kornberger has 3 of his players in foul trouble in this first half. Cameron from the outside, and she's long.
Skalikowski with the board. Now what Dakota has to do, they've got to come down here, Blair, move the ball around and get something easy inside.
Amanda Edmonds, who can light up that shot from the outside if she gets the opportunity. They look inside Dakowski and over her head.
It's a good look. It was there, just as we mentioned, get something inside. What we've got to do is, if we're Dakota, I'm going to go at Andrea Pale. She's got 2 fouls. She's got to stay outside with Janet Anderson because she's got to respect that shot, and we can get Koski or Butcher slide in behind and try and force the ball inside.
Trimble now tries to steal the ball, gets put away more. Gojo inside for 2, and she hits it.
Once again, that's the young lady they're going to have to stay with. Lizanne is on a roll. The last 3 weeks, her basketball game has really gone up a notch, and she's playing really well.
Gojo with 7 points in the game, and it's a 14-9 lead. The ball goes out of bounds off Cheryl Little, but she's playing very well on the defensive end for Glenlawn.
Cheryl Little has just been playing super in this game. She's been coming along all year. I think Coach Kornberger has done just an excellent job with her, just slowly bringing along and letting her game mature. And there she comes up with her 3rd block shot of the game.
Butcher goes back up against Little, and she's intimidated, but the ball comes back to Crimble. Crimble hits the 2 points.
Well, that's a great job by Gillian, of course, and with that shooting style, of course, probably taught to her and honed by a referee-in-chief down in the KCAC, Mr. Wes Crimble.
Sarah Butcher bats that ball out of bounds, out of harm's way. 14-11, still a 3-point lead for the Lions.
Screen.
All alone, number 11, Shannon Cameron. She steps inside the paint, and Butcher takes a loose ball, tries to fire it up to Janet Anderson, and she's able to save it for the Lancers.
That was a good job by Shannon there. What she's got to do, though, she's got to decide what she's going to do once she gets in that paint.
Nice pass inside to Koski for 2.
That's a good job again by Dakota. Once again, Andrea Pales has to come out to respect Janet Anderson's shooting ability. Great steal here by Jillian Crimble.
And number 11, Andrea O'Connor, will pick up her first personal foul, the team's 7th.
It's a good job by Dakota, first of all, moving the ball down in the offensive end. That's what they were lacking a little bit in the first quarter. Great adjustment there by Coach Falk in terms of putting his emphasis on ball movement. They're doing an excellent job.
At the line, number 33, Jillian Crimble. She'll have her first opportunity from the free throw line as the Dakota Lancers are now in the bonus situation.
Once again here, as we look at Jillian on the foul line, her first attempt.
Cheryl Little with the boards. A good block out there for number 33 for the Lions.
Well, right now, for the Dakota Lancers, we don't want those missed foul shots to come back and bother us.
Timeout for the Glenlawn Lions with 7 minutes, 29 seconds remaining here in this first half. They lead it 14-13. Well, Laura, your trivia questions back on the board. The smallest school to ever win a Provincial AAA, which is now the 4A championship, was?
The smallest school ever to win a AAA Provincial championship, that was Hamiota, a name that's big around this Duckworth Center. It was, of course, at that particular time, coming out of Hamiota, who went on to become one of the major players here. And I don't want to give an answer away, of course, is Beth Cochran. I'm pretty sure that she'll come up in our court quiz a little bit later.
Hamiota won that girls' championship back in 1963-64.
And what do we have? A good look on our screen. Brought to us by the Winnipeg Jets. It's good old Dancing Gabe. who you can see if you've got time to go down to the Winnipeg Stadium. He's there at all the Jets games, and he seems to hit all the big sporting events, and right now this is one of the biggest.
Well, I'm waiting for the guy with the signs to come in here now and hold this one up. But if you like basketball action or spirited action, you are watching it here on VPW Channel 11, the Provincial 4A Championship Finals. The girls' final right now on the floor. The #1 ranked Glenlawn Lions taking on the 3rd ranked Dakota Lancers. Dakota, the 2-time defending champions. And coming up for you a little later here on VPW, we will have the boys' championship final. Transcona Titans in their first ever final, and they'll be taking on the Daniel Mack Maroons.
Get a look
and
here.
They've been in a few finals, Lloyd.
They've been in a few, they've been in quite a few, and they've won quite a few. They're going to win another one tonight.
Well, I remember one back about 83 that I think you had a part of their winning ways. Shot from the outside comes up short. It may have been partially blocked there, both arm and ball, Lloyd.
Well, it's a good job by Kyla Koski. She got away with one there.
14-13 now. 1 point. Lions lead in danger right now as Edmonds moves inside. Just as the ball back out. Anderson from 3. But no arc on that one. It just went straight off the front iron.
Well, what we have is not the bad ball movement by Dakota, but I know Coach Falk, you can live with Janet Anderson taking that shot. You just got to relax a little bit, get some arc on the ball, as you mentioned, Blair.
6 minutes and 35 seconds remaining here in this first half. Bojo now on the right-hand side, dishes it back up high. Battle underneath again. Pales comes away with it for 2.
Well, that's Andrea Pales' first offensive rebound of the game. Comes at a big time. If we're Dakota, we got to make sure that we keep Glenlawn off the boards.
Shannon Cameron looking for the steal as that ball deflected out of bounds, and there's number 23, Andrea Pales. Could become the 3-time provincial champion here.
Well, what we have, of course, is I know it's, I don't think it's going to be one of the court quiz questions that's going to come up, but we have a young lady on the floor that has a chance to win her 3rd straight provincial title, and that's number 23 from the Glenlawn Lions, Andrea Pales.
Played with Dakota the last 2 years. Now from the outside, Krimble doesn't get it to fall, but Dakota able to battle back, and then they knock the ball out of bounds.
Good hustle by Kyla Koski there on the baseline, fighting Andrea Pales for that board. We're going to see some full court pressure here once again by Dakota.
16-13, 3-point Glenlawn lead. 5 minutes, 55 seconds remain in this first half. Pressure once again being put on by the Dakota Lancers. They like to force that ball. They knock it out of bounds once again with number 11, Amanda Edmonds.
Well, I think Dakota's doing a great job here with Coach Falk. I want them to push the defense up. Let's make Glenlawn play. Don't sit back and let them bring the ball over half court. Let's make them work hard.
Go inside to Pales. Pales against Butcher. No room, and she's trying to force her way out of there. She loses control.
That's a good double down there by Sarah Butcher and Jillian Krimble on Andrea. What she's got to do is she's got to be aware of that double. Somebody's open. She's got to move that ball a little quicker.
Butcher trying the baseline move up against Little. Goes up on her. Little once again partially deflecting the ball. Good job of hustle by Edmonds. Krimble now with it at the top of the key. Looks inside, and Glenlawn comes away with it.
Good little bit of action there by both teams. Once again, Cheryl Little right now, she's the defensive player of the game for Glenlawn. She's doing an excellent job.
Trying to reach in. Number 3, Janice Anderson thought she got all ball, but she'll be called for the block, and that will be Anderson's 2nd personal foul, the team's 6th of this half.
Good substitution here by Coach Falk. Doesn't want Janet to pick up her 3rd. She reached in there, got a little bit lazy, as he was saying in his timeout at the end of the first quarter. What we've got to do is we've got to play with our legs. That time Janet got a little bit lazy, got caught.
Well, something else that Glenlawn's looking to do here if they win this provincial championship. They also won the girls' provincial volleyball championship, and that'll be the 8th time that someone has done that one. Won both volleyball and basketball in the same year. The last time that was accomplished back in 1983-84 by the Dakota Lancers. Shot from the outside, Gojo for 2.
That's Lizanne again. Once again, Angie Moffler coming in. Angie's got to know where Lizanne is. You got to get out there. You got to get out quick.
A 5-point Lancer lead. From the outside from Godosian.
Once again, Dakota down at the offensive end, getting a little bit of trouble because they're not moving the basketball. They've got to move the basketball at the offensive end.
18-13, the Lions lead. O'Connor, number 11, who was the setter on that team. Shot again from the outside from Gojo. O'Connor picks it up and she goes up and she's fouled on the play and to the line to shoot 2.
Well, right now with the personnel that's on the floor for Dakota, they're really getting hurt at both ends. Down at the offensive end, they're getting hurt because we've got people on the floor right now that don't feel comfortable with the ball. They're having trouble moving the ball. More importantly, down at the defensive end, they're starting to get hurt a little bit in the size difference. Plus, what they've got to do is they've got to block out.
Katie Godosic picking up her first personal foul, the 7th. At the line is 5'9", grade 12 student Andrea O'Connor. Andrea was the setter, as I mentioned earlier, for that provincial final volleyball team, and she is also an honor roll student at Glenlawn.
Need a big block out here from Dakota.
Andrea hits 1 of 2 from the free throw line to expand the Lion lead to 6. 4 minutes and 15 seconds remain in the second quarter. Godosic moves inside. She loses possession, gets it back.
Once again, Dakota getting themselves in trouble. You got to keep that dribble alive. You got to move the ball. You got to make that zone work a little bit harder.
Angie Maflia, number 14, puts it back out to Butcher. Butcher for 2, and she's long. And the foul we picked up on number 4, Katie Godosic, and that will be her second personal foul. The team's 8th, and the ball will come all the way down to the other end to shoot the bonus.
Well, right now, Coach Falk's either going to have to take another timeout, or he's going to have to bring some people in off the bench. And what we have is he's gone for the latter, and back into the game is Amanda Edmonds and Janet Anderson with 2 for Dakota.
Bonus situation at the line, number 12. Shannon Cameron, the ball comes up short. So again, Dakota gets a little bit of break there as they move back down, a chance to move within 4 points.
It's a great block out by number 3, Janet Anderson.
Cross court, Anderson now looks inside to Butcher. Butcher being double teamed, she gets it to Edmonds. Edmonds goes up over top a little, comes up short. Again, they save the ball at the baseline. The Lancers being very aggressive and getting that basketball back. Anderson from the outside. Another offensive rebound for the Lancers.
Well, what we've got is Dakota doing a good job in their zone defense here. They're trying to take the middle away with, I should say, from Butcher, and they're forcing Dakota to hit from the outside, which Dakota isn't able to do at this time.
Shot from the outside. Goes long. Joseph trying to hit that three-pointer. And once again, very quickly, the Lions come back up court. Cross-court pass. Cameron now looks inside, steps left. Short jumper for 2 points.
Well, here's someone that's really managed to step up and be noticed in this game, Shannon Cameron. She's doing an excellent job right now for Glenlawn.
Glenlawn with their largest lead of the game, 8 points, 2.5 minutes remain. And Dakota throwing that ball away. Maybe we're seeing that timeout very soon, Laurie.
Well, as you mentioned, big lead here for Glenlawn. 2.5 minutes left here in the first half, Blair. What we're doing is Coach Falk knows he's going to need those timeouts, trying to save one here, and what he's trying to do instead is to try and shake up the team via the substitution route.
Slevik fires that ball down low. Go right back to Pales at the top. The ball's taken away by Trimble.
If we're Dakota, we need to get a little bit of a run here.
Dakota brings the ball back up court. Number 11, Amanda Edmonds. They fire the ball back out high and just able to hold on to that one was Koski. Trimble now for 3. Not being successful, but they're getting those offensive and second and third chances, Laurie.
Well, they're getting them, as you mentioned, Blair, but Cheryl Little just a little bit late there. They're getting those second and third chances, Blair, but they're not converting at all. They're really having trouble at the offensive end.
Cheryl Little picking up her first personal foul, and there you see on your screen number 33 of the Glenlawn Lions, Sarah Little. Sarah is 6'2" tall, a grade 11 student, so she'll be around for another year.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, Cheryl's come a long way. I think Coach Kornberger has done an excellent job here. And then we have Dakota missing from the foul line again. They just can't seem to put the ball in at all.
Alakoski from the free throw line. 3 of 7 in this first half from the free throw line for Dakota. And they trail by 8 with a minute and a half remaining in this first half.
Glenlawn's got to simply take their time now. We've got Coach Kornberger. He's barking out signals there on the sideline. They're nursing an 8-point lead. What they've got to do is just simply run their offense, relax, and just simply make Dakota work exceptionally hard defensively.
Get the ball to Pales. She steps baseline and hits for 2, and she has 4 points in the game. It's now a 10-point Lion lead.
Well, right now, Blair, Dakota's in big trouble. Played an exceptional first quarter and came out strong to start this second quarter, but right now Glenlawn's taken the game away from them. They're out of sync completely at the offensive end, and they're in big trouble.
Great steal by Koski. Shot from Anderson from 3, and she hits it for 3 points.
Well, that's going to spark some life into him, but once again, as you say, Blair, not much of an art. That's either in or it's bouncing down on Portage Avenue.
Oh, and another steal. Janet Anderson again drives the middle, goes up tough, and she was fouled, so she'll go the line to shoot 2. That turnaround you talked about, Dakota comes back now, and a chance to cut this lead down to 5 points.
Well, it's a good job by number 3, Janet Anderson. You get a look at Lori Pasklevich there on your screen. The foul's going to go against Lori. Janet Anderson, as I mentioned, for me, one of the toughest females in the province playing high school ball right now. She takes it right into the heart of that Glenlawn defense. If she can hit 2 here and Glenlawn pick up another steal, here I go. I've just about had them buried, and they're going to crawl right out of that grave. And anything can happen in the second half, Blair.
Janet Anderson at the line. She hits the first one.
Watch for pressure here from the Dakota Lancers.
She makes them both, and it's a 5-point Lions lead with 49 seconds remaining. A lot of pressure being put on by Dakota. They try to double team, they're able to come away with it. And number 15, though, Trimble will be called for the foul, and that will be Jillian Trimble's 3rd personal foul in this first half, Lori.
Once again, an excellent job by Dakota. Unfortunately for Jillian, she reached in. If they didn't manage to have the ball there on the steal, they were going to get it on the 10-second count. I know that Coach Falk is really hurt over that one, and referee and Father Trimble, of course, dies a little bit with that call, but it's a good call by referee Grabinski. Good job by Dakota.
About 10 rows up from where Jillian just sat down is her father, Wes Grimble, and if he's evaluating these officials, that's a tough call for him to make.
Well, as we mentioned at the beginning of this contest, these 2 officials have done an excellent job to get here to do the final, and thus far in the first half, I think they've done an excellent job as well.
Moore hitting on only 1 of 2, but right there, Cheryl Little puts it in for 2 points.
Well, that's a real big job by Cheryl Little, a real big missed block out by the Lancers. And here we've got just when Dakota gets themselves back in the game, they simply go and fall apart again.
Andrea Pales on the steal. It's back to an 8-point Lions lead. Just 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Pales now at the top, number 23.
Good job here by Glenlawn.
Wediak, 15. They fired cross court. Moore looks inside for Little. Little goes up tough against Busher. They take the ball away with 3 seconds left. You got to fire the ball. Anderson fires it. Oh, and she keeps that ball low and almost had another one.
That's just about as much art on the 3-pointer in that place. As you look on your screen, 26-18 is the score at halftime. The Glenlawn Lions nursing an 8-point lead.
A very low-scoring first half, especially on the part of Glenlawn. They were able to move the ball a little bit more in that second quarter, but still not getting the good shots from inside, Louis.
No, what we've got to do is Dakota's doing a good job down at the defensive end. However, offensively, they're getting the ball in places that they don't want. They're not moving the ball very well. They're not getting the ball to their people where they can do the most damage. They made 2 real great runs, one near the end of the first quarter and one again near the end of the second quarter. Unfortunately, then what we had is a few silly turnovers, a few silly fouls, and as a result, we've got Glenlawn nursing this 18-point lead. As you see on your screen, the Glenlawn Lions at halftime leading the Dakota Lancers 26-18.
Well, it's 26-18. This is live action here on VPW, and coming up immediately following this game, that provincial boys final with Transcona and Daniel Mack. So great action here if you're watching VPW Channel 11, so stay tuned with us because we'll be back in just a moment.
6:30 that evening was one of the good times.
University of Winnipeg's Duckworth Center, and out on the floor right now they're honoring the University of Winnipeg Lady Westmen, who finished second in the country this year at the CIU Championships. And we'll go down to Bill Anthony and hear some of the players from the University of Winnipeg Westmen team.
Andrea Hutchins is a second-year guard from Prince of Wales High School in St. John's, Newfoundland. Karen Kubler, a third-year forward from Silver Heights Collegiate. Sherry Telke, a first-year player. She's a guard from Lord Selkirk High School. Larissa Waschuk, a third-year forward from Shaftesbury Collegiate. Terry Martin, in her 5th year, she's a forward from Swift Current Composite School in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Sarah Myers, a first-year post from Joseph Walensky High School. And we'd like to introduce their coaches. The assistant coaches are Craig Kennedy and Gail Kendall. And the head coach, Tom Kendall. Ladies and gentlemen, the University of Winnipeg Lady Westmen, silver medalists at the CIAU National Championships.
Well, Laurie, second place finish this year, and some people who are tuned in watching us tonight, I'm sure, are flipping the channel once in a while to see what the University of Winnipeg Westmen men are doing at the CIU Championships.
Well, just as the women went into the Nationals ranked 2, Bill Wedlake's men's team is ranked 2 as well. They got past their first game when they took on the Guelph Griffins, and they're going to end up playing St. Mary's Huskies tonight out there in Halifax, and I look for them to advance into the final, and I think they're going to advance into the final against the UBC Thunderbirds. I think UBC is going to upset Brock tonight.
Well, we'll wait and see. And now we'll go down to Sean Coates, who has another guest at floor level.
Thanks, Blair. I'm now speaking with Marilyn Adam, Director of Marketing for the Manitoba Milk Producers Marketing Board. Marilyn, welcome to the show. Tell me who you represent.
I represent 950 milk producers or dairy farmers in the province of Manitoba. And this exciting event in 4A basketball is just one of 3 major events we do in sport throughout the year. The other 2 are Milk Super Seminar for Coaches, which is coming up on the 14th and 15th of May. And tied in with that in the last 5 years has been the Coach of the Year Awards. And that's particularly important right now because we want all the coaches and those people, those sports that will represent those coaches, nominating them, because the deadline is coming up April 2nd for the Coach of the Year Awards.
So if you have a good coach out there, nominate them, and they could possibly win the Coach of the Year Award.
That's right, and get in touch with the Coaches Association of Manitoba at the Manitoba Sports Federation, 200 Main Street. Get your application form and please get it in because it's a very exciting award.
Okay, very briefly, tell us about the theme for this year's Coaches Seminar, as you mentioned.
Well, this year we're celebrating the Olympic year, of course, so the theme is Olympism. And we're particularly happy about this because Olympism means more than just developing the athlete physically, but it's talking about character development as well. So that as we've had the year of fair play, we're moving into talking about more important topics such as integrity, honesty, truthfulness, and the development of the character of the athlete. And so I believe there'll be lots of conversation at this next Super Seminar, because we'll finally move into the moral and ethical responsibilities of the coach, and that's particularly important.
Okay, great. As always, it's a good event, and I'm sure this year will be no different. It'll be even better, and thank you for joining us here tonight.
Thank you, Sean.
Thanks. Marilyn Adam, Director of Marketing for the Manitoba Milk Producers Marketing Board. We'll now go back to Blair.
Thanks a lot, Sean. Well, Laurie, just a few more minutes before we start this second half action. Glenlawn leading by 8 points. Dakota still, I think, would want to look down inside in that second half.
Well, there's no doubt about it, Blair. What we've got to do if we're Dakota, we just have to relax. The jitters are over. I mean, you're in the big game. You've got that first half under your belt. What you've got to do down at the offensive end is just simply get some better ball movement. What you've got to do is you've got to try and free up Janet Anderson on the baseline, free up Sarah Butcher inside. Defensively, I don't think that Coach Falk has a problem. They're holding the #1 team in the province to 26 points and a half. I think they've done a real good job defensively. The pressure that they've exhibited and the steals that they've come up with off of those are great. The only thing is they have to convert them. The press is working hard, it's working well, but you're going to have to convert those opportunities.
Well, we'll wait to see what happens. Glenlawn leading 26-18. We're in the first half. We'll be back in just a moment with more outstanding high school basketball action on VPW Channel 11.
You can take your car to work, or you can take something that really moves. Ride your bike to work. You will roll in feeling great. Participation. Make your move.
Welcome back to the University of Winnipeg's Duckworth Center. We're about 3.5 minutes away from second half action in this Provincial Final Four Championship. And I think they're going to have a little halftime show going on here, Laurie. Of course, people have filled within the media of the new professional basketball team coming to Winnipeg this year, the Winnipeg Thunder in the World Basketball League, Laurie.
Well, I think the Thunder is going to be a great addition here to the city. As far as I know, ticket sales are going well. We have on the floor right now assistant coach Vic Pruden, who is going to be involved with the Thunder. The Thunder is going to have a tryout camp for local and some other invited players here at the Duckworth Center April 16th and 17th, and I'm looking forward to that myself because I think there's a couple of local players in Manitoba that would have a good shot at making the Thunder.
Well, we hope that we do have a few players on that team and that locals are involved. I think it would be a great addition, as you said, to Manitoba. But as you look around the crowd here, this gymnasium starting to fill up on both sides, and we're halfway through the girls' game. We've got a boys' championship final, 2 more schools coming in, so we could have a capacity crowd here later on. 1,500, 2,000 people watching the high school basketball final, and that holds well for Manitoba basketball.
Well, it does, Blair. As you said, in terms of the fan support, it's great here. We're getting a shot here at the gym at home. Good support, excellent facility here at the Duckworth Center. What we've got to do, though, is we've got to get a few more people out. We've got to get people out during the year. A lot of gyms that are empty, that shouldn't be empty. There's a lot of great basketball going on. It's great to see the support here at the big Final Four, but we'd like to see a little bit more of it supporting high school athletics, not just in basketball, but football, volleyball, and all the sports, and all the great job that's done by the MHSAA.
Well, there is some great action, and stay tuned with us. We have great action, and now we're going to go once again down to floor level and Sean Coates.
Thanks, Blair. It's my pleasure now to have at courtside Stacey Ewell, a member of the University of Manitoba Bisons, and a member of the Dakota Lancers, the last 2 defending champions in provincial high school girls basketball. Stacey, tell me what's it like here to play in this final, and what's Dakota going to have to do to get back in the game?
Well, I think the girls are really excited about this game, playing against Glenlawn, as they played them quite a few times. I think for this game, they're going to have to start getting some outside shots in and run the ball a little bit more. Push the ball up, and maybe they'll get a few easy baskets.
Now, it's been a big rivalry over the last couple of years. I know there's been some tough battles, and what with Andrea Pales going from Dakota to Glenlawn, should it heat up a little more in the second half, do you think?
Yeah, I think that they're very competitive out there, and the heat is going to rise as they go on throughout this game.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot. That's Stacey Yule, member of the Manitoba Bisons, and past member of the two-time defending champion Dakota Lancers. Back to you, Blair.
Thank you very much, Sean. Stacey Yule did an outstanding job for Dakota the last 2 years, and of course led them in that big comeback last year in the second half as they defeated the Calvin Clippers in an outstanding final. And I don't see anything different happening in the second half today, Laurie.
Oh no, Stacey's kind of hit the nail right on the head here. If we're Dakota, what we've got to do is we've got to push that ball up. We've got to start to convert, whether it be off our offensive set or whether it be on opportunities that the press have managed to get us. I think Dakota's going to heat it up, and they're going to put a lot of extra pressure on, and they're going to give our _1 team here a test in the second half.
Well, Dakota has stepped back onto the floor, the Dakota Lancers, and some of the supporters from TCI, and I think that's Transcona Collegiate Institute, have now entered into the building, so I expect to get a little bit more noise in here, and I expect a great second half of action. Dakota will inbound the balls. They trail by 8. Third quarter action is set to get underway.
Here we are ready to go, and before we start the second half, Blair, I think we should, in terms of our court quiz, we might just want to get off the court just a little bit. And do you happen to know the name of an executive producer that went to Transcona Collegiate?
No, I don't know. I think I heard that before, where he did talk about the best 3 years of his life being grade 11, and that could be maybe Alf Carboni.
I think we're going to have to give you a first prize on that one.
Inside to Cheryl Little, and she hits for 2 points.
That's a great start for number 33, Cheryl Little. Cheryl's just had a great game here.
Cheryl Little now with 4 points in the game. She sat on the bench when this game got underway. Came in about the 3-minute mark, and she has not sat down since. And like Laura, you have said earlier, she has just been outstanding, defensively especially, but offensively contributing with 2 baskets.
Good hustle there by Janet Anderson from Dakota once again. However, Dakota starting this half, unfortunately, the same way they finished the first half. They've got to show a little bit more patience at the offensive end, Blair.
That last shot rimming once again, so Dakota having a lot of trouble with these rims, not falling for them, and they trail by 10. Cross-court pass to Little, and she goes up again. The ball's batted away, but right back down. Shot from the outside. It's a little long there, coming from Shannon Cameron.
It's a good job by Glenlawn trying to go right at Janet Anderson, who has 2 personal fouls, trying to pick up another one against Janet.
Amanda Edmonds, number 11. They go outside. Anderson from the outside. The shot will not fall. Cameron once again, this time aboard on the defensive end.
We've got Dakota with their pressure once again. Janet Anderson going to come up with a steal here.
Good steal for Anderson, up to Edmonds. Number 11, Edmonds goes up, tries to hit it off the glass, and she hustles for her own rebound. Nice hustle there from Edmonds to get that ball back. Edmonds steps baseline on Little and goes up over top for 2.
It's a great job by Amanda. First of all, following that missed shot. Then when she gets that ball, she took it on the baseline. A lot of determination here.
Amanda Edmonds with 4 points in the game, and Dakota will have to get her to score a little bit more in the second half.
More hustle again by Amanda. Dakota's going to have to really put a lot of pressure on the basketball.
Cameron goes down left to Gojo. Gojo can hit from out there. She has 9 points in the first half. Gojo steps baseline and puts it off the front iron. Right there is Shannon Cameron, and she goes long. Lancers come back with a chance to cut it down to 6.
Well, we've got a situation there where Dakota was very lucky. Great offensive board by number 44, Sarah Butcher. That could be Gojo's third.
Butcher in great offensive position, picked that shot off Crimble, and she will go to the line to shoot 2. And the foul is on number 10, Lizanne Gojo, her 3rd personal foul, the first foul this half on the Glenlawn Lions.
Well, we had a real turn of events there. First of all, good ball movement down at the offensive end by Glenlawn. Shot a little bit long, and the easy offensive board unfortunately missed by Shannon Cameron. We come down the other end here, and Gojo picks up her 3rd. Once again, Sarah Butcher unable to hit from the line.
Butcher 3 from 7 from the free throw line. They needed those points, and they come back now on the Lions. Number 11, Andrea O'Connor, being pressured there by Edmonds. Get the ball off to Moore. Moore looks inside to Little, and she's called for the travel.
That's good defense that time by Amanda Edmonds once again.
Very quickly now, Dakota turns on their fast break attack. Krimble drives in for 2 points.
That's a great job by Jillian. She takes it right up against number 33, Cheryl Little, and I think Cheryl got away with one. I think we should have Jillian at the line trying to complete 3-point play.
Hales goes unattested to the basket for 2.
Well, you knew right as soon as Andrea Pales took that ball, she was going to the hole. Janet Anderson, I was surprised, didn't stamp up and try and take the charge.
30-22, an 8-point lead. 6 minutes, 40 seconds remain in this third quarter. Glenlawn out in front. Janet Anderson, number 3, looks down low, has to go cross court. Now they get it to Koski, and she goes off the iron. Ball's out of bounds. Ball's going to go off of number 44, Sarah Butcher. Very quickly now, Glenlawn goes to the attack. Cameron comes up short with her shot, and Butcher's there with the board.
Well, that's the second time that Shannon's come up a little bit short. That was a great look by Andrea Pales. Good outlet pass.
Edmonds and O'Connor going one-on-one. Edmonds just able to get that loose ball. Janet Anderson now looks inside the Butcher. Butcher turns, he goes up strong. Not able to get a good shot away, and Pales is with the defensive board for the Lions.
Has a good ball cut by number 44, Sarah Butcher, but once again, the ball just doesn't seem to want to drop for Sarah.
A lot of pressure being put on by Dakota, and Pales steps inside once again. Her shot goes astray, but Cheryl Little's right there for 3 points.
Got to stop that penetration if we're Dakota. We can't have Andrea Pales. Good
timeout by Dakota with a 32-22 10-point lead for the Lions. 5 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
As I was saying, we just can't have Andrea Pales penetrate like that against the Dakota defense. We're going to go in here, I'm pretty sure, and we'll have a listen to both of these huddles.
Box a person.
Tough time picking up Brian Cornberger right now. Maybe something different wrong with his mic.
I want us to get the ball to Janice as wide as she has to, but don't break out too early and Pales is going to try to go. That's what we're looking for.
Don't make that pass.
If it's not there, this is what I want to see, Janice. If you can't get it into Pales, I want O'Connor to come back, put it back to O'Connor. Janice, you get through here, get it over to Jennifer, get it to Janice, and then look for Pales coming through again.
Make it hard.
Okay, doing a fine job, guys. Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Floors, they lead by 10 points.
Glenlawn's going to start putting that ball inside. The go-to person is going to be Andrea Pales. Dakota definitely needs to score here, Blair.
Number 11 on your screen, Andrea O'Connor of the Glenlawn Lions. Grade 12 student. She stands 5'5", and she's going to go up against Amanda Edmonds right now. A pair of number 11s are going to battle. Janet Anderson goes down left, and there's nobody to dish that ball off to, so she has to fire it back out. Koski now from the outside for 2.
It's a good job by Dakota against the 2-3 zone, reversing the ball and getting Kyla Koski alone on the side. We're going to look now as Glenlawn's going to try and go inside here.
Kyla Koski with 4 points, and Andrea Pales, nice bounce pass. She gets the ball back to the 3-point line. She dishes it back outside. 2-3 zone, Dakota setting up in. They go to Janice Moore on the left-hand side, and Janice has to turn that ball around. Glenlawn showing a little bit of patience here as they're able to fire the ball around the perimeter.
There goes Pales.
Going away.
Bottom line, that was supposed to go from Gordon down into the corner and then into Pales.
Once again, Dakota would try to get within 6 points if they can. 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Remains here in the third quarter. Pales with a steal.
That pass by Jillian Krimble. Good defense, though, as she cuts Pales off.
She was able to cut Krimble cuts Pales off as she tries to go to the baseline. Glenlawn once again has to start out at the top. Jennifer Gordon, number 55, with Edmonds on top of her. They get the ball inside to Pales, and Butcher's there to play tough. Cheryl Little once again with a deflection to Gordon. Cheryl Little with another offensive rebound. And Jen Anderson finally comes away with it for the Lancers.
Good job by Cheryl Little keeping that ball alive. Also excellent hustle by number 3, Janet Anderson.
Anderson losing possession and gets it right back.
Dakota's got to keep the ball moving here.
Inside the Butcher. Butcher being triple team, moves on Little. And Cheryl Little will pick up her second personal foul.
It's an excellent job once again by Cheryl. Good job by Sarah. First of all, get the ball, make her play. Cheryl, that's only her second foul. She's had an exceptional game tonight.
I mentioned the 6'2", grade 11 student, number 33, Cheryl Little. At the line for Dakota, number 44, Sarah Butcher, and she's successful on that free throw attempt.
Just over 3.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. If Sarah makes this, you can expect some real full court pressure here from Dakota.
A 9-point lead right now. Gordon up to Little, and she goes up and off the glass for 2 points.
Well, and Dakota puts pressure on there, leaving Cheryl Little alone. And she's taking the ball to the hole. Get a little bit of a smile there. She knows she's playing well.
Anderson, number 3, 34-25. It's a 9-point lead for the Glenlawn Lions. Trimble looks inside to Koski. Koski up for 2.
That's a good job by Dakota. What they have to do is just continue to attack that 2-3 zone via the baseline here.
Kyla Koski with 6 points in the game, and she's right on top of number 23, Pales, as she crosses the midcourt line. Double team, and the ball's knocked away. Edmonds will pick it up for the Lancers. And Edmonds is going to try to take it to the hoop. She goes up strong, doesn't go in for it, and it bounces off of her hand out of bounds.
That's a good call by referee Sam. Amanda's either got to take the ball to the hole real hard or just simply set it up and wait for the rest of her teammates. She was caught in the middle there, a little bit of indecision.
A little bit of confusion on the score clock, but they have an official right now, 34-27, the lead for the Lions. They lead by 7 points, 2 minutes and 52 seconds remain in this third quarter. Pales and Koski battling together one-on-one. Pales tries to move in. Nice dish off for Sklavich off the glass. Little's there once again for 2 points.
Cheryl Little just seems to own the paint at either ends of the court. She saved her best game of the year for the biggest game of the year.
Cheryl Little now with 8 points. Shot from the outside, and it comes up short for Trimble. Able to get back the rebound.
Good hustle by Jillian, and she followed her own shot there.
Butcher now for 3, and she's strong with that one. So Glenlawn, Dakota at this point maybe starting to panic a little too early by throwing up those 3 pointers. Nice move there from Gojo, and Gojo doesn't get the fall, but who's there? Number 33, Little, and we've got a foul inside. Number 44, Sarah Butcher will pick up her first personal foul.
But Cheryl Little, as I said, is dominating the paint at both ends of the floor. What we've got to do if we're Dakota, we got to lay a body on Cheryl Little.
First personal foul for Butcher, the team's first of this half. 9-point Lions lead. Gojo now at the top, looks inside. She has Pales down baseline. Just push it back out. Little's cutting down low by herself. Another foul, this time number 12. Kyla Koski will pick up her second personal foul, the team's second of this half.
Dakota Lancers have to regain some composure here, Blair. As you mentioned, there's 154 left in the third quarter, not 154 left in the ball game.
36-27, the lead for the Lions. Inside, 2 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Gojo getting the ball back. Gojo looks down to Little, and Butcher's in good position to take it away, and the Lancers come back.
It's a good job by Sarah. She filled the lane that time. Laid a bit of a body on Cheryl, ended up with the ball.
Edmonds from the top of the key. She can't get the fall, but Butcher's there. Butcher goes up on Little, and another block shot by Cheryl Little. They have a jump ball with the ball going over to the Lions.
It's a good job by Cheryl Little once again. That's her 6th block shot of the game.
Koski and Gojo as Gojo comes across the midcourt line. A minute 20 now remaining off the hand of Pales, out of bounds.
Dakota's just got to gain a little composure here. Still lots of time left in this basketball game, Blair.
They trail by 9. Butcher being double teamed at every opportunity. She moves right baseline, trying to force her way in, and this time she will go back to the line to shoot 2.
Dakota down at the offensive end have to go back to the thing that was working for them, Blair. That was ball movement. Right now in the last 3 minutes, we haven't had any of that from Dakota.
Shannon Cameron has just picked up her 3rd personal foul, the team's 3rd of this half, and at the line, 1 for 4 in this quarter so far, 4 for 8 in the game from the free throw line. Make that 4 for 9. Not having a good quarter as Coach Kornberger looks on and shouts out instructions to his Lions.
Well, we got Dakota working so hard, and they're not getting the ball to drop either from the floor or from the foul line.
Koski trying to go up. Edmonds now underneath. Edmonds trying to force her way through, and she does it again. This time she hits for 2 points.
That's a tough shot. That's excellent job by Amanda as she goes up against Pales and Little that time.
Amanda Edmonds now with 6 points. 36-29, a 7-point Lions lead inside 50 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. The foul on number 3, Janet Anderson, and that'll be her 3rd foul, but had the right idea.
Well, Janet had the right idea, like you say. Unfortunately, just mistimed that by a bit.
44 seconds. There's number 3, Janet Anderson. Just went out of your screen. Grimble now tries for the steal. 23, Pales and Edmonds one-on-one. They're trying to take the ball away again, and Dakota's going to come away with it. Quickly now with 30 seconds, Crimble moving up. Pales trying to knock that one away from Jillian Crimble. Crimble looking for that 3-point shot, decides to pull it back. Anderson now steps inside. Anderson does not get the roll, and Pales is there with a defensive board for the Lions. A great steal there by Edmonds, and then we got another intentional foul on number 23, Pales.
That's a good call by referee Sam. That's the 2nd time that she's managed to pick that up on Andrea. Andrea's got to understand it. She's got to keep her cool here. What we had last time is we had a 7-point shot here for Dakota, and they came away with 2. We've got a chance right now for Dakota to pick up an easy 4.
Once again, this is happening in the last minute of a quarter, and that turnaround in points, boy, could really come into play as we have just over 10 minutes remaining. Coach Falk is looking for that intentional call, and we're going to see if it's a technical or that was an intentional foul. I'm not sure.
They're going to call that intentional. They're going to give them 2 and the ball here.
Now we've got a timeout, I believe.
If they call that intentional, that's going to happen. Andrea Pales is out of the game.
Yeah, that 2nd intentional foul, so she will be removed from the game. Andrea Pales will leave this game with 6 points. And that was not a good foul to take there, Laurie.
No, the first one, of course, was a little questionable. What we had is 2 players jostling for position, and Andrea threw a bit of an elbow. Unfortunately, she did it right in front of the official. That's how she got her first intentional. The second one was out of frustration once again.
At the line, number 11, Amanda Edmonds will go to the line to shoot 2. And then with 12 seconds remaining, Dakota will get the ball back, so a 4-point swing here could make this a 3-point ball game. I guess we're going to check the rule book here.
Well, what we've got here is Coach Kornberger is doing his dangest to try and keep Andrea Pales in the game here. Wes Crimble's going to make a decision here. This might be really tough for Father Referee Crimble here to make this call, because what we've got is referee Sam did signal an intentional foul. That's 2 intentional fouls on Andrea Pales. She's gone.
Just have to wait and see. And Wes Crimble there talking at the bench in the green shirt to Kornberger, and he looks satisfied with that one. So that looks like something maybe turned around here.
We have clarification on the rule. The player receives 2 technical fouls there ejected from the game, not 2 intentional fouls. So Andrea Pales will be back on the court.
Well, I must admit I have a bit of a problem with that. Because if I've got my money, I think an intentional foul should carry more than a technical foul.
Amanda Edmonds is at the line, and she will shoot 2, and then Dakota will get the ball back. The situation here with a technical foul, 2 in 1 game, you are out of the game. An intentional foul is a little bit different than technical. Intentional foul is usually you're fouling an opponent to get the ball back or try to change possession there, and in that case, it's not really a situation that what you're making, I guess, to sound more like trying to hurt an opponent, which could be a technical, that type of thing. Here was a foul through frustration, and not as a foul for losing your cool or sportsmanship way. So we'll look at it that way. They hit one, but they get the ball back. Or pardon me, they hit both, and they get the ball back. So could be that 4-point swing in the final 10 seconds, Laurie.
Well, we're going to have to see. We're down to 5 seconds. Janet Anderson's going to have to put it up. I don't think she knows how much time's on the clock.
No, that shot will not count as the buzzer went. So I think you were right. She did not know how much time was left.
I think in all the confusion here, Janet actually lost an idea of how much time was left in the clock. But to get back to that little fiasco there that finished the third quarter, once again, 2 technical fouls, and a player and or coach is gone for the game. Once again, for me, I personally have a little bit of a problem, because in terms of an intentional foul, I can pick up a technical foul for many reasons. I can pick up a technical foul by stepping on the floor. I can pick up a technical foul by having too many players on the floor. I can pick up a technical foul by abusing an official or abusing another player. However, when you talk about intentional fouls, if I'm an official or if I'm a player or a coach, I think an intentional foul should carry a heavier punishment and or penalty than a technical foul does.
But on press break,
go down to Coach Kornberger and see what he has to say to his Glenlawn Lions.
You're going to take off down this side, and we got Luzanne coming back to the middle, okay? And then you look to head man at the tails in that situation, guys.
Oh, you guys.
Good effect. On press break, Luzanne, you play here. Andrea, you play here. We're going to get it to Lees, reverse it to Shannon.
Oh, and see what happens here.
We're going to have a look here. It's a good steal by Amanda Edmonds, and then what we've got is we've got the kick by Andrea Pales. Both of those are good calls by referee Sam, and to me, she should be out of the ball game.
Anything in the rule book about a blatant foul being called that you can be kicked out of a game?
There's a rule in that, and I think that if she would have made major contact, she would have been gone.
Well, she's not gone. She's back in the game. We have 10 minutes remaining. Dakota has possession of the basketball, and they trail by 5 points. So we could have a barn burner here in the final 10 minutes of this provincial Final Four championship. Anderson tried to look inside, and Pales knocked the ball away.
Well, whether it be, as we say, technical fouls, the intentional fouls, or the flagrant personal foul, the bottom line is Andrea Pales is back in this basketball game to the relief of a lot of people, the Glenlawn supporters.
Trimble had that one partially deflected and coming away with it. Shannon Cameron, number 12 for the Lions. Once again, Dakota putting on a lot of pressure in that backcourt, trying to cause that 10-second violation. Number 11, Andrew O'Connor, is just able to get it across the line. Looks for Cheryl Little once again. This is outside to Gojo. Koski's there for the boys.
Great catch there by Cheryl Little. What Dakota has to remember, they're putting on the pressure, and as you say, they're trying for the steal of the 10-second violation, Blair. They've got to remember that Cheryl Little's gone deep every time.
A 5-point Lions lead. Dakota possession of the ball. Dakota losing possession when it comes back to Amanda Edmonds. She moves inside the paint on Little. Not getting good shots inside that paint area, but another steal. Koski trying to put it up, and the ball's knocked away by Pales.
Bad break there by Dakota, but what has happened?
Another steal. This time Koski puts it in for 2 points.
By Kyla Koski. What we've got to do down here at the offensive end, Dakota, is we've got to have ball movement. When they don't move the ball there, they get themselves in trouble.
What tenacity by number 12, Kyla Koski. She stole the ball 3 times and finally put it into the hoop, and we got a 3-point game with 8.5 minutes remaining in this 4th quarter.
That time on the press break, Andrea Connor did not look low to Cheryl Little. She's there, you gotta use her.
Gojo trying to hit, and the ball's knocked away, and a good job of playing defensive boards by the Lancers. They can cut it down to 1.
Well, what they have to do at the defensive end is they've got to make sure that they're on Gaudreau and Pales, but more importantly, as you mentioned, Blair, they've got to make sure they control the boards at the defensive end.
Anderson now looking to put that ball up the side better. Now she throws it from the outside, and her shot off the front iron. She's having no luck from the outside, Laurie.
Well, Butcher and Anderson just simply can't get that ball to go down. Got to stop the ball right here.
And Andrew Pales late to the floor for 2 points.
Well, that's the second time that we've had Andrea go coast to coast. You've got to know when Andrea gets the ball, she's going to go to the hole. I mean, I know Janet Anderson has 3. You've got to stand in there and take the charge.
Janice Anderson stepped out of the way. She has possession of the ball right now. We'll go outside to Edmonds. Edmonds, a nice move to go right. He's up short on the shot. And Cheryl Little's there for the Lions.
But Cheryl Little once again coming back into the play. She's just done an excellent job here.
Substitutions coming in right now for the Glenlawn Lions as they lead by 5 points with 7 minutes and 24 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. They break to Gojo. Anderson, a good job of getting into the back, or in the way, please, putting the ball to balance.
Well, what we have is 7:24 left here in the game and a 5-point lead for Dakota, I should say for Glenlawn, and we're starting to see just the rivalry that there is over there in the St. Vital Conference. I'll tell you, they're playing real hard.
Butcher and Pales going up, and Pales puts it in for 2.
Now we got Andrew Pales doing it down low here.
Anderson not ready, but able to pick up that ball just in time. Cross court to Trimble.
Dakota's got to score here, Blair, because right now we've got the Glenlawn smells blood right now.
7-point Lions lead with 6:56 remaining.
Don't reach, Andrea. Don't reach. Stay back. Overside.
Glenlawn's trying to make a run here.
On the foul on number 44, Sarah Butcher, and that'll be her second personal foul, the team's fourth.
Not a good inbounds pass there by Jillian Grimble, unfortunately for Dakota.
Timeout for the Dakota Lancers.
It's a good timeout here by Coach Falk. 6:54 left in the game. They're down 7, and right now they're starting to crack. He's got to get rally the troops here, and they're going to have to go hard.
Coach Peter Falk is down with his Dakota Lancers, and they trail by 7 points.
You're not making the move on defense at all. Okay, all the time you're going in and you're not seeing, you're not exercising judgment. Okay, you got Cheryl Little on you, you got Kyle open on a dish. Okay, I want to look to get the ball into Kyla or Janet in the post. Okay, we're gonna go 1-2-2. Try to swing the ball inside to Kyla or Janet. Let's have Sarah outside now. Okay, you replace Janet. So we got a 1-2-2. Okay, yes, you're on the top. Janet, Sarah are changing, okay? Kyla and Janet are inside. I want to see some motion, okay? I want to see a low post come to high on ball side, all right? I want to see those slides. I want to see you cut back to the ball. I want to see the ball get inside. I want you to see get people up in the air and get fouled. Yes. All right, guys, let's play. Let's play. Come on now. 3, 2, 1. Let's pick up the pressure, guys. Pick up the pressure. Pick up the pressure.
Coach Falk with a good timeout. What he wants to do down here, he's going to go 1-2-2 offensively. He's going to try and get the ball inside. The ball is going to go inside to either Koski or Anderson. Then, of course, what he wants to do is after the made basket, whether it be from the floor or from the foul shot, he wants a lot of pressure from Dakota. He knows that right now he's got to get his girls to answer this challenge right now. Otherwise, Glenlawn's going to pull away, Blair.
Once again, Dakota being very aggressive on the ball. Amanda Edmonds. Gojo looks inside the Pales. Pales forcing her way in. Butcher will pick up the foul.
Well, what we've got is at the other end of the floor exactly the same things happening. We talked about it in the third quarter with Coach Kornberger. He wants Andrea Pales to post up and to work hard down inside, and she's doing the job right now. If we're Dakota, what we have to do is we've got to get more pressure on the ball. We just can't simply allow the ball to get in as easy it is to Pales, because Pales right now is doing a number on Sarah Butcher.
Andrea Pales with 5 points here in this fourth quarter extends the Dakota lead to 42-33. Back to a 9-point Lions lead. We get it inside to Anderson. She goes up high. Once again, it won't go in for number 3, Janet Anderson.
Unfortunately for Janet Anderson, the same story all night. Good job by Anderson. Janet, good post up. She makes her move. The ball will just not drop.
They get the break again as Gojo is going to go down the floor. A little hurried there, and the ball doesn't fall.
It's a good job by Sarah Butcher not to foul.
Butcher now picks up that ball. Looks down to Edmonds. Amanda Edmonds goes in against Pales and Gojo. Gets it outside. Trimble has it knocked on the floor, and she's able to pick it up. Glenlawn being very aggressive now on defense.
Well, as we said, Glenlawn can smell blood. They want to put Dakota away right now.
Nice pass inside to Koski, and Little with a great block.
Cheryl Little, once again, that's her 8th block.
And picking up the foul, number 12, Kyla Koski, and that'll be her 3rd personal foul, the team's 6th for this half.
That's a good, as we mentioned in Coach Falk's timeout, real good offensive set with the 1-2-2 and trying to put the ball inside. What these posts have to understand, both Koski and Anderson, however, is that just because the ball goes inside, you don't have to try and score every time. You can put it back out.
Oh, he got called for the trouble.
got Lizanne. That's the second time in the game she's made that mistake.
Trying to draw someone up, not able to do so. Butcher now on the outside, looks inside to Anderson. Little will pick up the foul, and that'll be Cheryl Little's third personal foul, the team's fifth of this half.
It's a good job by Dakota. What we want to do is let's try and get Janet Anderson on Cheryl Little's side of the floor all the time. You've got to make Cheryl play. Up until this point in the game, they haven't made Cheryl play, and as a result, she's standing there, she's swatting everything. She's doing a great job.
Amanda Edmonds now at the top, 42-33. Outside for two from Janet Anderson, and she has 7 points in the game.
That's a good job by Janet. That time she was set, got the good shot away.
5.5 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. 7-point lead for the Lions. Hales once again posting up on Butcher. Hales trying to drive inside. She's called for the trouble. Great call down low.
Well, that's a good job by Jillian Trimble as she doubles down on Andrea Pales. What Dakota's going to have to do is do that more often.
Anderson again from the outside. Pales doing a good job on the defensive board. Edmonds will be called for the foul, and that'll be Amanda Edmonds' second personal foul. But more important, that will put the Glenlawn Lions at the bonus line.
Once again, Amanda, she's got just simply can't reach. What you've got to do is you've got to get up over here. You've got to try and cut that sideline off.
At the line will be number 23, Andrea Pales.
Also checking back in for 13, Janice Moore.
Well, right now with Dakota, what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to really go hard. We're going to have to go hard for 2 minutes. You want to get it down to about a 3-4 point game with about 2 or 3 minutes left.
Andrea Pales hits the front end of the bonus. What? How do we get the second one? But Cheryl Little's there to put it in.
Well, that right there, Blair, with 5 minutes left, that could be a game breaker right there. Dakota once again missing the block out. Cheryl Little with the offensive rebound, and she scores. She's just had a tremendous game.
Cheryl Little with 10 points in the second half, 12 in the game. Glenlawn Lions lead by 10 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Edmonds looks to Koski. Koski goes up, does not get the roll. Anderson's there for the rebound. Comes back to Trimble. No luck on the side of the Lancers, but they're able to get it back.
That's good hustle by Dakota, but once again, you can see the difference. We have an easy blockout that missed at that end. Down here, we've got Dakota does everything and doesn't get the break.
Anderson from the outside hits the iron and bounces back out. Andrea O'Connor, number 11 with Edmonds. They dish it back outside the Pales.
Dakota needs a turnover here, Blair.
4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. They're going to get the foul on Butcher. I thought that may have been a jump ball situation.
It's a nice try by Sarah. She just reached in a little bit late. More importantly, now we need a blockout. Kyla Koski has to lay a body on Cheryl Little.
Fourth personal foul on Sarah Butcher, so she has one more to give. Cheryl Little once again.
Well, that's the story of the game right there. Kyla Koski just hasn't been able to handle Cheryl Little.
We talked about Illinois, they need the blockout. They did not get it. 3-point shot from Butcher. Lost away, and O'Connor pulls it down. A 12-point Glenlawn lead, their largest lead of the game. Very close to a back over center, but a great save by Andrea O'Connor.
Excellent job by Andrea. Tightrope along that line there.
Double team now on Pales, and the foul coming number 33, Jillian Trimble, and that will be her fourth personal foul.
Well, what's going to happen right now with 3.5 minutes left in this game is Coach Kornberger is going to bring that offense out. They're going to play high, and he's going to milk this clock here.
3 minutes and 30 seconds remain at the line. Number 23, Andrea Pales, and she is 3 of 4 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter to make that 4 of 5. And a timeout by Coach Peter Falk, because his team now trails by 13.
Well, what we're going to have to do right now, if we're Coach Falk, just the same thing as the last timeout that he used. We're going to hear now. We're going to go straight man-to-man. We're going to go pressure time.
Immediately, you've got to start picking up and pressuring the ball everywhere on the floor. All right? You've got to play with your legs. You've got to stop fouling. But you got to put unbelievable pressure on the ball. cannot stand back. You cannot play defense, right? You got to run gaps, right? You got to go for the ball. There's not a free dribble anymore. But you can't foul. You foul, that's it. You get 2 points every time you foul. All right? Got to go play tough. All right? You want to finish the game, Jillian? Let's go. Lots of time. 3, 2, 1.
Once again, a good timeout by Coach Falk. As he said, we can't give them any free dribbles here. We're not going to go back and play defense. We want the ball. So you're going to see a lot of pressure on the ball by Dakota. There's going to be a lot of filling the gaps, run the gaps, take away the lanes from Glenlawn as best they can. On the other side of the coin, however, Glenlawn's very good at killing the clock.
3 minutes, 30 seconds remain in this fourth quarter. A 13-point Lions lead, and when they've had to play, Glenlawn has played very well, inside and out.
Oh, they've done very well, as you mentioned. Andrea back in the game here in the fourth quarter. They put her down inside, got Anderson and Butcher in foul trouble. But for me, the player of the game, Cheryl Little. I mean, she has just been unbelievable. Grade 11 student, as we mentioned. I mentioned earlier in the game, I was really impressed with the way that Coach Kornberger had brought her game along, and she's really blossomed here for him.
Quickly now, Dakota has to come back and put that ball into the hoop as they trail by 13 with just over 3 minutes remaining. Grimble looks inside to Anderson. They finally get it inside, but the ball will not fall for them. And Pales in perfect position up to Gojo, and she's all by herself. Called for a foul there.
Good hustle by Amanda Edmonds, but once again, 4-point play. We're starting to see just a mini version of the game here. We've got Dakota. They do everything right except put the ball in the hole, and Glenlawn breaks away. That should have been an easy bucket for Janet Anderson. She made a great move, and what we've got is now Lisanne Grojo on the line to try and extend the Glenlawn lead.
Amanda Edmonds coming down at the line, pardon me, Lisanne Gojo with her first point of the second half. She's able to make them both, and it's a 50-35 lead for the Lancers, pardon me, for the Lions.
Well, what we have, Blair, is every time that Dakota tries to execute, it just seems to get deeper and deeper in the hole here. Things just aren't going right for them.
3-point shot from Anderson, and she hits it.
Here comes Janet on the baseline. Now we need pressure on the ball from Dakota. We need pressure now.
12-point deficit. They go for the steal. Anderson not able to come away, and Little's there by herself. Off the glass for 2.
Well, same situation. Dakota comes down, they score. We got Janet Anderson coming from the back of the press. She knows the ball's going in the middle to Pales. She just misses it. It goes off her fingers. Cheryl Little wide open for an easy 2.
Anderson again from 3-point range, and Pales on the weak side, able to pull down the board. 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Ball's knocked away by Kyla Koski. Koski goes down the floor, and she's fouled by Andrea O'Connor. So Kyla Koski with the line to shoot 2. O'Connor, number 11, picking up her second personal foul.
Well, that's a good foul by Andrea. It's going to give Glenlawn a chance to regroup and a chance to settle things down here.
Dakota down by 14 with 2 minutes and 18 seconds remaining. Timeout for the Glenlawn Lions, and you see on your screen that 52-38 Lions lead.
Well, what we had is about halfway through that third quarter, Glenlawn started to pull away. They wanted Dakota to answer, and Dakota did answer a bit. Then right at the end of the third quarter, Dakota once again, just as they had in the end of the second, had a chance to really hurt Glenlawn with the foul called on Andrea Pales. It didn't happen, and Glenlawn started to get on a roll, and they smelled a championship, and Dakota just has been unable to come back.
I said, you guys play without dribbling the ball. If you guys can do that, you're going to win it home. Move the ball, guys. Move the ball. Okay, girls.
Well, Coach Kornberger, what he wants is he wants the girls to keep the ball off the floor. He wants that ball moving.
Once again, check your yellow.
He knows that every time that the ball is not moved, there's a chance for a turnover. More importantly, if his team fouls, it gives Dakota a chance to set up a press.
At the line, number 12, Kyla Koski. There to shoot 2, and she's unsuccessful in the first one.
Dakota just having a whole bunch of trouble from the line tonight.
So to sink that one, so it's down to 11-point lead for the Lions, and a lot of pressure have to be put on right now by the Lancers if they're going to get this ball back.
Good hustle here by Janet Anderson. Looking deep to Sarah Little on again.
Ball just slips right out of the hands, right into Little, and she's opportunist, pardon me, galore. Quickly they go up court to Trimble. Trimble losing possession. Not able to get it back, so the ball goes over to the Lions.
Once again for Dakota, things just are not going right.
Andrea O'Connor, number 11, against Edmonds as she tries to bring it across the midcourt line. Edmonds with a steal. Edmonds doing a great job to get that ball back. Edmonds now driving inside.
It's a good job by Amanda. She takes it up right to the hole, but that's swatted away by number 23, Andrea Pales.
Minute 46 remaining. Off the front iron and Pales. Another great job on that weak side to pull down the defensive board.
Good board by Andrea, then she moves the ball up to Gaudreau.
Inside, a minute and a half remaining here. 13-point Lions lead. Go to Gaudreau from the outside.
Lisanne is going to put the final exclamation point on that game right there. This is Glenlawn's game. An excellent job by the Glenlawn Lions. At the same time, excellent job by Coach Falk. Unfortunately for him tonight, the girls just haven't been able to get that ball to go down.
With 13, Janice Moore will pick up her first personal foul. That'll put number 3, Janet Anderson, at the line.
At the line for Dakota, number 3, Janet Anderson's had a very good game for Dakota. She's worked exceptionally hard.
Anderson hitting that free throw. Be a little too late for the Dakota Lancers.
As you mentioned, Blair, a little bit too late for Dakota. Came in with a good game plan, started the game very well, but unfortunately for them, things just haven't unfolded the way they'd like them to. Andrea's going to take this all the way.
Coast to coast for number 23, Andrea Pales, and the heart has sunk out of the Dakota Lancers.
Yeah, Dakota just wasn't able to answer that final challenge by Glenlawn, and as we mentioned, everything that they've tried to do to counter it, it's just like trying to dig a hole there in sand. It just hasn't worked for them.
Shot from the outside. That's number 23, Christine Sizek. Gaudreau from the outside. Doesn't fall for her, and Anderson hustling for it, but not able to get possession. So 27 seconds remaining. Both teams will clear their benches. See some of the players get onto the floor here in this provincial championship with just 27 seconds remaining and a 16-point Glenlawn lead.
That's a good job by Coach Falk as he clears the bench. Janet Anderson once again playing extremely hard. Get a look there on your screen, 56-40 for the Glenlawn Lions. Glenlawn has done an excellent job, and leaving the floor is, for me, player of the game, number 33, Cheryl Little.
Cheryl Little came in about the 3rd-minute mark of that first quarter. And this is the first time she sat down, and 16 points to lead all scorers. Outstanding performance. Reback going on top of Gaudreau. They look inside, and the ball's knocked out of bounds. Glenlawn with possession. 17 seconds remaining. Gaudreau from 3-point range. She hits it.
Just as we started the year, we finished the year.
Academic from here. Just the final few seconds. Butcher from the outside. That's it. Glenlawn Lions, a 1992 Provincial 4A High School Girls Basketball Champions.
Good job by both teams. Exceptional effort by the Glenlawn Lions. As we said, they put some amazing pressure on Dakota. They have a number of times tried to bury Dakota. Dakota was able to answer everyone but the last one. At the same time, though, for Dakota, excellent job by Coach Falk. Sarah Butcher, Janet Anderson, Kyla Koski, Jillian Trimble all did an excellent job there for Dakota.
Oh, the Glenlawn Lions very happy. Their players, Leanne Gaudreau, Andrea O'Connor, Shannon Cameron, Janice Moore, Marnie Chukaduk, Andrea Pale, Jennifer Smith, Arlene Kristinsky, Cheryl Little, Lori Preskovich, Jennifer Gordon, their coach Brian Kornberger, assistant coaches John Poulter, Diane Zunick, Jody Rock, managers Don Kristinsky, Asha Ellis, and Danielle Trudell, the championship team from Glenlawn Collegiate.
Excellent game here for our 4A final. Glenlawn did an exceptional job. Andrea Pale's working very hard on the inside, but when we had the shooting of Lisanne Gaudreau taken away by her foul trouble, as you mentioned, Blair, coming in at about the 3-minute mark of the first quarter, Cheryl Little, and if you go and see the whole idea of a coach, if you simply take a player along and work them through, they're going to mature for you. And Brian Kortenberger has done an excellent job with Cheryl Little, and Cheryl has saved her best game for the most important game of the year, and she was exceptional.
She certainly was, Lori, and now we're getting down to floor level for our presentation of the championship medallions and trophies emblematic of the Provincial 4A championship teams.
From Dakota, number 44, Sarah Butcher.
It's an excellent job by Sarah. Worked very hard throughout the game. She's had herself an
exceptional year. And the Harvell Hustle Award to Glenlawn's number 33, Cheryl Little.
I don't think there's any doubt about that one. She's just had an exceptional game.
Now we'd like to direct your attention to the north end of the basketball court where the award presentation ceremony will take place. First of all, we'd like you to welcome to the awards presentation Dr. Ed Green, representing the Manitoba High Schools Athletic Association Board of Directors. Welcome, Mr. Green. Also, we'd like to welcome Marilyn Adam, the Promotions Director of the Manitoba Milk Producers Marketing Board. Please welcome Marilyn to the awards presentations. Also, we'd like to welcome Mr. Len Lepke, Chairman of the Promotions Committee of the Manitoba Milk Producers Marketing Board. Welcome, Mr. Lepke. Also, we'd like to introduce Kim Bertholet. Kim Bertholet is a member of the Canadian national team. She played her high school basketball with at West Kildonan and went on to play at the University of Manitoba Bisons, where she was a member of the Bisons when they won the CIAUs in 1988 and was named CIAU Athlete of the Year in 1989. Welcome, Kim Bertholet. We'd like to, first of all, present the banner and championship trophy to the provincial champions, the Glenlawn Lions.
Thank you.
Not to be denied in an excellent effort this evening, we'd like to call on the captains of the Dakota Collegiate Lancers to receive their banner emblematic of a finalist in this 1992 provincial championship. The Dakota Collegiate captains, please come forward and receive your banner. The Manitoba High School Athletic Association has a new award they're presenting for the first time this year. It's called the Fair Play Award. It's awarded to a person who presents a positive attitude, sportsmanship, and the spirit of the game. The Fair Player Award this year will be presented to a number 3 from Dakota, Janet Anderson. call upon the members of the Dakota Collegiate Lancers to come forward and receive their ribbons and pins emblematic of their second place finish in this provincial championship. Please come forward. Number 5, Tara Scott. They will also be receiving a flower from King's Florist. Number 14, Angie Mouflier. Number 30, Jeneth Rebeck. Number 23, Christine Sissick. Number 33, Jillian Krimble. Number 3, Janet Anderson. Number 4, Katie Jadozek. Number 11, Amanda Edmonds. Number 12, Kyla Koski. And number 44, Sarah Butcher. Also, please come forward, the managers, Anna Cruz and Jamie Gao. The assistant coaches, Merv Roller, Carl Lowen, and the head coach, Mr. Peter Falk.
Good game, Flower.
Okay. Flower too?
Yep. Yeah, awesome.
Congratulations, Dakota Lancers, finalists in 1992. Now I'd like to call on the members of the provincial champion Glenlawn Lions to come forward and receive their ribbons, pins, and flowers from King's Florist. Number 13, Janice Moore. Number 15, Marnie Netraduke. Number 25, Jennifer Smith. Number 32, Arlene Krasinski. Number 33, Cheryl Little. Number 55, Jennifer Gordon. Number 10, Lizanne Godrow. Number 11, Andrea O'Connor. Number 12, Shannon Cameron. Number 23, Andrea Pales. Number 44, Lori Peskalevich. And their managers, Danielle Trudell, Shireen Duma, and Dawn Krasinski. And the Lions assistant coaches, John Poulter, Diane Zunick, and Jody Rock. And the head coach of the provincial champions, Brian Kornberger. And now the All-Stars. First selected All-Star and number 23 from Kelvin, Jose Edwards. Please come down and receive your All-Star Award, Jose Edwards. Jose scored 10 points in a losing cause on Thursday night. Congratulations, Jose, on your All-Star selection. Second All-Star, number 44 from Dakota, Sarah Butcher.
Congratulations, Sarah. Well done.
Congratulations, Sarah.
Third All-Star from Dakota, had 17 points in the semifinal, scored 8 here tonight. Number 11, Amanda Edmonds. Next All-Star from Glenlawn, had 16 points tonight, had 22 in the semifinal from Glenlawn. Number 23, Andrea Pales. And the 5th All-Star, 16 points here tonight. Caught fire in the second half, had 7 blocked shots. Number 33, Cheryl Little. Most valuable player award. By the way, all of these All-Stars will have received their All-Star trophy along with a Milk Designer t-shirt. Now we would like to present the most valuable player in this year's championship final. In the semi-final, she had 19 points. In the final, she had 16. From Glenlawn, number 10, Lizanne Godreau.
Awesome guard, guys. Over here, check. Awesome. Way to go. Way to go, you guys. You guys are awesome.
Before they leave the floor, let's have a round of applause and appreciation for the fine show and the effort these teams have put in all season.
You should be laughing. Like you should be burping. Good job,
Just quickly in the corner, guys.
Well, the Glenlawn Lions win the 4A Provincial Championship with a 59-40 victory over the Dakota Lancers. Glenlawn was the dominant team tonight, Laurie.
Well, there's no doubt about it, Blair. Ranked number 1 all year, winners of so many tournaments here. Good job out, even outside of the province, the Walter Murray in Saskatchewan. And it's not that easy to be number 1 and to stay up there with, of course, everybody trying to take a shot at you. They only lost 1 game all year. That loss was at the hands of the Dakota Lancers. Dakota did an exceptional job, but Glenlawn just asked Dakota to step up and answer the challenge just far too many times. The last time, Peter Falk's Chargers were just unable to do so. And a deserved victory for Glenlawn Lions, and a super job by Coach Kornberger once again.
You see the score on your screen, 59-40, so Glenlawn will go down as the first 4A championship team, as this is the first year that the Manitoba High Schools Athletic Association has gone to a 4A championship. There are now 4 categories in provincial sports in Manitoba, and the 3 other championships are being played throughout this weekend. The AAA final was in Thompson, the AA final up in Warren, and the A final in Deloraine. If we get any scores throughout the night, we'll pass those on to you if we possibly can, along with this AAA champion, 4A championship that was formerly known as the AAA, basically for the larger city schools in the province and throughout the city of Winnipeg. Dakota, of course, won it the last 2 years. Glenlawn last won it in 1988-89. Before that, Vincent Massey dominated. Vincent Massey Winnipeg won for a couple of years, and then Vincent Massey of Brandon. Before that, last year's most valuable player was Andrea Pales, who went to Dakota, Terry Lee Johannesson. So a number of these top players have gone on to play university basketball. We expect to see many of them here tonight play university basketball in the next few years. So although it might have been their final high school game, they will not be forgotten.